Hello, hello, hello. I wear this when the Mormons talk to me. It's so much hot air. I've got to have some relief here. Some relief. Sir David the Bard. Hey, I'm coming to you from the Kangaroo City down here in Australia. And I just thought I would give you a video what it's like to live in Utah with the Mormons. Now, the Mormons are mostly Republican. I would say that 80% of the Mormons are Republican. Maybe 20% are Democrats. 100% are assholes. But anyway. We just had a Proposition 1 that did not pass here in the Utah area. I just flew in to check on the voting. They asked me to consult on the voting, and sure enough, I consulted with the gay new mayor of Salt Lake City. She's won over a conservative, garment-wearing male, and I think things are on the move here in Salt Lake City. Well, let me tell you something that's not on the move. It's our cars. Now, there's potholes here in Utah. And I've told you, most Utah roads are very, very good. The federal roads. Utah will take money from the federal government as quick as the federal government hands it out. Always has, always will. But when it comes to taxing their own people for services, the people have an old-fashioned way of just saying no to every taxation. Every taxation. And they just said no to this one that was going to fill the potholes, build some new bridges, and clean up some roadways that are not federal. Now, you're not going to believe this, okay? I didn't believe it. I had to read the article 2 or 3 times. And that is this. They wanted to raise the taxes in Utah 1 penny. Not 1 peso, which is a half a penny. 1 penny for every $4 that you spend. So it might be 6 cents if you spent $24. It might be 6 cents. Now, the Bard ain't rich. The Bard is getting more poor and more poor with goddamn medical shit. Anyway, the Utahns just, they entrench. They entrench themselves and go, no more taxes. It's evil. It's satanic. No more taxes. Goddamn, a penny out of every $4. There's the stupidity of the Mormon people. The net that catches Mormons and converts them picks up a lot of strange bodies. And they just voted, and they don't want to spend a penny on every $4 that is spent. Well, here we go. Watch out for the potholes. Watch out for the guardrails, the signs that are knocked down. So, there it is. Now, the Bard has an idea here, and I've had it for years, but it hasn't caught on yet. Like most of my ideas have not caught on. I say that we put a penny tax on every roll of toilet paper sold in the United States or exported. Now clean the national debt right now. While you're wiping your ass, you can say, I'm helping the world. I'm helping the government. Everybody has to use it. Well, don't take it back. Third world countries have no toilet paper. You wipe your butt with your hand, and then hopefully you wash it before you serve food in the restaurant. But really, a penny a roll. These companies, Johnson & Johnson and Procter & Gamble and others that produce toilet paper, it'd be 4 cents raising the taxes, and the taxes go into the national debt. These things are too easy. They're too easy. Humans want really complex shit that won't work, so that's what they've got. So, anyway, the Bard can clean up the national debt. A penny for every $4. I wonder if Utah would go a penny for every $10. And you know what's hilarious? They'll pay 10% of their gross income to an institutional church agency called the Corporation of the Prophet, President of the Corporation of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as the Mormon Church. They'll pay thousands and thousands of dollars a month and have no idea where the money goes. Now, the first presidency just came out. They had a letter, I think it was last week, they read over the podium, and the letter said, we need to help refugees over the world, I guess coming out of Syria and some of the war-torn areas. Well, that sounds good. I tell you, do not listen to one word the Mormon Church says. Look at what they do. So they ask their members to contribute more in the humanitarian fund of the church so that they can send more money over to the refugees. And I have a video, I don't think it's a year old, where the Mormon Church changed on the bottom of your donation that the money will not go exactly in the categories you designated. They have their discretion to use your money any way that they want. They want to buy beer, they want to buy cigars from Cuba, I don't know. So the first presidency can give themselves a raise. They're going to be in seven-figure incomes if we're not careful here. Anyway, the Mormon Church gave $5 million to the refugees. Now, considering what they take in billions per year, $5 million is a pittance. Now remember, the Mormon Church never gives cash. They do not give cash. They go to the sisters in the Relief Society and say, make us some quilts and blankets. So the poor sisters are in there. It's like slave labor. They're making the pillowcases and the sheets and whatever. Then the Mormon Church puts a price on that. $812 for a blanket. And they count that as an in-kind donation of the $5 million. They didn't break out what was in-kind and what was cash. But you can be sure more than 50% of it was in-kind. So the Mormon Church has a way of saying publicly, we're helping people all over the world. But the truth is that the Mormon members are called upon to give more money, more time, buy their own materials. The church never buys threads or needles for or yarn. You buy that shit yourself. So the church, we gave $5 million. They collect more of that on one Sunday. And half of it is in kind. So I don't think they're being very kind. And they certainly gave nothing in the Philippines. When I was in the Philippines and raised my Filipino family here, and my in-laws are here now, and it's pathetic. It's pathetic what the Mormon Church does in the Philippines and other third world countries. I'm sure it's the same. So anyway, I just want you to go Pele Ale 3 times. Oh God, hear the words of my mouth, which is the true order of prayer according to the Mormons and the Masons. Gee, that's a coincidence. Don't cut my throat, don't cut my heart, and don't cut my guts out. If I say, help and enable, mirror on the bones, strengthen loins and sinews, power and priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. That's the name of the second token of the Melchizedek priesthood, the patriarchal grip, or sure sign of the nail. Now, I'm thinking of selling seer stones. I remember back in, I think in the 70s, you had a pet rock. Now, I don't know if Joseph Smith looked into the future and saw pet rocks and then did his seer stone. I don't know. But anyway, pet rock sold. A seer stone, you could make your own Book of Mormon. You could tell the government you can screw 14-year-olds and marry them And then when the other men go on missions, you can marry their wives too. That's what the rock said. And if you don't believe me, I'll hit you with my rock. So anyway, 1 penny for $4, and the Mormons won't take it, but they'll put $2, $10, $15, $100 million every Sunday into the Mormon church, and don't even ask where it goes. The Mormon church won't tell them where it goes, and your donation slips have like 10 categories on it, but at the bottom it has a disclaimer. The categories are shit. We can spend your money any way we want, you dumbasses. So donate to the refugees, and it will go to our grandchildren for free tuition at BYU, our health insurance 100%, our fancy cars that we drive around, and the 2 or 3 houses in the penthouse that we live here in Salt Lake City. So anyway, take a look at the whatever you call it down below. I've got a link down below. This part's gone.